Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time of the day it is that you're watching this. My name is Clarissa Young and I'm your Fab Motivator. That's F-A-B. I help other women find acceptable balance when it comes to health, wellness, and prosperity. I'd like to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for liking, for commenting, for sharing my videos, and joining me along my journey. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Super excited to be here with you today for our Monday video. Yes. We have a new name for Monday video. Some people voted on it. I am going to pull a name as well for this really quick because this was a giveaway as well that I put it on the post. Someone is going to win something. So I'm super excited for that. So come on in. Let's say hello. I'm going to announce a new name that one of my church sisters dropped inside of my inbox, and it hit my spirit when she did, and I think you guys are going to love it as well. Hit the bottom left share button, share this video. This month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so many people can benefit from the information that's going to be shared here inside of this video. Studies have recently shown that, for one, mental health was already at a high rate, like 30%. Since COVID has taken place, numbers have skyrocketed even higher to 50 to 60% of people are being affected by it. And so I know that this information can benefit someone inside your newsfeed. So hit the bottom left share button, share this video, let me know that you shared. So I can show you some love. So let me say hello, and then we're going to go from there. I see that you shared. Thank you so much, Miss Erin. Okay, so hey, Sister Rhonda. Hey, Neferteria. Hey, Miss Tanya. Thank you for tagging people. Hey, Sheree. Hey, Maureen. Hey, Tanya. Wait, it's way more of you here. Facebook did not let me know that you were here, so say hello to me so I can say hello back to you because Facebook did not let me know that you were here. All right, so awesome. Let's get into it. So my new name, right? The new name is, we're moving from chat. I see you just shared too as well, Miss Tanya. Thank you so much. The new name is moving from Chat with Rissa to Rise with Rissa, right? I like the sound of that. My hands started itching when I said that. Okay, Lord, I receive to Rise with Rissa, meaning we are, how I receive it, we're all rising together, right? Rising to better health together, rising to better mental clarity together, just rising in general, rising to higher financial levels together, just rising in general together. So from now on, when we come together and chat, or we come together on our Mondays or any other day that we get together during the week, Rise with Rissa is the new name that we'll be doing together. So let me know if you like it. Drop a 1 in the comment if you like the new name, Rise with Rissa. Let me know if you like it. And I got a little lotion there. Yeah. Hello. Awesome sauce. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Auntie. Say hey, CC. All right, so I have some information here for you. And so giving you some tips on basically on mental balance. Some tips on mental balance. Thank you, Miss Tanya. You like the name. Thank you so much. Some tips on mental balance. All right. And so it's kind of like a follow along. If you have a sheet of paper, you can score yourself on a sheet of paper, or you can also put the information here if you feel comfortable. If you do not feel comfortable, you do not have to put your scores here. But again, I do recommend that you at least put the information on a sheet of paper there. Okay. Awesome. All right. And so I wonder, let's see. Let's do that real quick. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about right here is self-value. When it comes to mental balance, one of the very first important things is self-value. We have to make sure that we're valuing ourselves. And so you might say, okay, Clarissa, what do you mean exactly by when you say self-value? Respect, a matter of respecting ourselves, the way that we carry ourselves, the situations that we allow ourselves to be put in, avoiding self-criticism, right? Making sure that we're not talking down on ourselves, making sure that we're not constantly doubting ourselves and placing doubt on ourselves and on our dreams and the different things that we want to do constantly. Making sure that we setting time aside for ourselves as well with self-value, as well as protecting our square. What do you mean by protecting our square? Being careful of the things that you let come inside your own mental peace and your own surrounding and your household and so forth. You know, that's very important, like which takes us to the next part. Before I get there, I want you to, from a standpoint of self-value, where would you rate yourself from those different bullet points that I talked about, with setting aside time for yourself, making sure that you're speaking up for yourself, not allowing others to come into your surrounding with negativity and so forth, making sure that you're not constantly putting doubt on yourself, or making sure that you're not talking against yourself or calling fat shaming yourself or just any of those things. Sometimes, where would you necessarily rate yourself? Would you say great, and then you would give yourself a 0 because great, or would you say that you're average in that self-value department, and so you would give yourself a 1, or would you say need some improvement, and then you would give yourself 3 points? And so again, if you feel comfortable, you can put your score there, or you can just tally it down and put it on a sheet of paper there. Hello, Miss Ivory, Miss Tiara. Hello, happy Monday. And so going back to protecting your square, it takes it to the tip number 2. You know, when it comes to mental balance, we have to be careful with who and what we surround ourselves with. You know, a lot of energy is contagious, right? Prime example of energy being contagious, let me tell you. Thank you for sharing, Miss Tanya. It takes a strong person to put it down and to share and to be open and vocal about it. Energy is contagious. If you don't believe me, energy is contagious. Have you ever watched a movie and you were in a good state? You were feeling good, and so it's 0 if you're great, it's 1 if you're average, and it's 3 if you need improvement. That's the numbers, okay? And so for number 2, with surrounding yourself, have you ever watched a movie and you were in a great mood, feeling great, and then a certain part came on inside of the movies and you just start crying? Like, you connected with the movie and you start crying. Or it could have even been the opposite way around. Like, maybe you wasn't in the best of mood. Maybe you was feeling kind of like whatever, but then you watched maybe some comedy or something of that sort, and then you felt chipper, right? Because energy is contagious. And so it's the same thing. Like, when you're constantly around people that's constantly negative or just constantly energetic, either ways it go, their energy would eventually rub off on you. So you want to make sure that even when it comes to your own mental balance, that the people are around you are reflecting the same things that you want to see inside of your life. Okay? And so how would you rate yourself as far as how would you score yourself with the company you carry? And so would you put 0 for great? Would you put 1 for average? Or would you put 3 for needs improvement? At the end, we're going to tally all of these up, okay? And so for number 2, how would you rate the company you carry? Would you put 0 for great? Would you put 1 for average? Or would you put 3 for needs improvement? Okay? And so the next one, when it comes to mental balance, finding mental balance, we talked about learning to deal with stress, right? Stress is inevitable. Like, life happens, stuff comes about, right? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Miss Penny. Thank you for sharing, Miss Tanya. Like, life happens, stuff comes about, and sometimes stress is like, you just always will not be able to avoid stress. But how you choose to react to a situation, we do have that ability to choose to how we react to it. And so when you come up against a stressful situation, are you able to take a step back and breathe, and relax? Do you prepare ahead of time for stressful situations? Like, do you know if you're the type of person, like sometimes like me, if I'm planning for a birthday party or something like that, like when it comes to a guest list and different stuff like that, this is me, right? And so do you prepare ahead of time? If packing gives you anxiety, do you prepare ahead of time to pack, or do you wait to the last minute and then cram everything in and now you're frustrated? So how do you prepare for stress? How do you handle stress? Like, how do you cope with stress? Because this can help you when it comes to dealing with stress. So how would you rate yourself when it comes with dealing with stress? Would you say 0 as in great, you find that you cope with stress very well, you prepare ahead of time, and even if it was not an incident, were you able to prepare ahead of time? You're able to sit back and analyze and breathe and relax your way through it? Would you give yourself a 1 and say, I'm pretty average? I think when I think about the average person, I think I kind of handle it and cope pretty much on the same terms of most other people. Or would you give yourself a 3 and say, I need improvement in this area? When it comes to dealing with stress, I kind of snowball and fall out of control, and I find myself having a hard time regrouping when it comes to stress. And so would you put 0, 1, or 3? And remember, we're tallying all the points up. Okay. And so coming with mental balance, the next section is going down the lines also of preparing ahead of time, is to not wait for stress to overflow. How do you transition from day-to-day activities? Do you go to work and then when you come home, do you jump right into the next activity? Or do you allow yourself to come home and say, okay, let me sit down for a minute. Let me woosah. Let me transition from workspace to home space. If you had a stressful day, do you say, okay, before I go handle the kids and help them with their homework, let me make sure that I de-stress from here, so that this way I do not take the stress that came from here over here with the children, because all stress isn't bad stress, but sometimes even if it was a lot going on, maybe it was heavy traffic coming home, and just the anxiety of driving, hey Curtis, just the anxiety of driving home in that heavy traffic got you all flustered up, so do you come home flustered up from that traffic and then jump right into helping little Johnny with his homework? Or do you get to come home and de-stress and kind of, I like to call it, empty your pot a little bit? That can help us to mentally balance a little bit. If when we come home, we kind of deflect, do some mental breathing, maybe some yoga, some exercise, different things like that to kind of unwind before we get ready to jump into the next activity. So how would you rate yourself when it comes to that? With transitioning from activity to activity? Would you say great, you do it pretty much on a regular basis, you kind of relax and de-stress going from activity to activity, and you give yourself 0 points? Would you give yourself a 1 and say, I think I'm pretty much average when it comes to being able, breath is key, right? When it comes to being able to transition from activity to activity? Or would you give yourself a 3 and say, okay, I can use some improvement? My day kind of just run into each other. I get off from work and then I jump to the kids, and then next thing you know, I'm cooking dinner, and then the next thing you know, I fall asleep, and it's like time for the next day. Like, how do you rate yourself? Okay. And then the 5th one is taking care of the body, right? Y'all know I gotta talk about taking care of the body. How can I be your fitness motivator and not talk about taking care of the body? Thank you so much, Miss Penny, for responding. Thank you so much, Miss Sue, for responding. Oh, and I didn't pull. Miss Sue, you just remind me I didn't pull. I'll do that in a few, okay? And so the fifth one, taking care of the body. Do we eat healthy? Do we make it intentional to try to eat healthy? Do we avoid smoking, even the vapors and so forth? Do we make sure that if we drink, that we drink in moderation, that we don't use alcohol or other drugs as a form of medication to kind of escape any stressors or different things that we have? Do we make sure we exercise to help relieve stress and so forth? Are we making sure we get enough sleep and so forth at night? How would you rate the way that you take care of your body when it comes to your mental balance and so forth? Would you say 0 as in you're great? Would you say 1 as in your average? I see some numbers. Or would you say 3 as in could use some improvement? Okay, awesome sauce. Thank you so much, Miss Joyce. Hey, Miss Jacqueline. Thank you so much, Miss Brenda. Thank you so much, Miss Tanya. Thank you so much, Miss Loretta. Thank you so much. Remember, we're going to tally them up at the end. So this is the part where you tally them up. You can tally them up, and if you want to share your number where you stand at, you can tally them up and share your number right here if you feel comfortable. Okay, so another question I want to ask. The sixth one when it comes to mental health that I want to talk about is seeking help. A lot of times when it comes to mental health, like we feel as if like I'm superwoman, hear me roar, like I can't admit that I'm stressed, especially I especially can say being and I feel like sometimes it's almost like a double barrier, being a Black Christian woman. It's almost like, girl, you better not say you're stressed, because Jesus got everything, which he does, but I still have the right to be, to be stressed and able to say, I gotta go seek help from somebody if stuff is, too much mentally, or if stuff bothers you, or sometime as Black women, sometimes we take on so many different roles, and a lot of times could be single mothers working several jobs and just doing so many different things, and sometimes is just, and not to say that the other races don't have these different things, but if we're being real, a lot of times odds are this is the life that some of us live, and it's also more, statistics is also more known that we are the ones that's less likely to go get help, because it's kind of shone upon in our community. Don't you go telling nobody our business. Everything that goes on in our house stays inside of our house, and you don't need no help, and ain't nothing wrong with you, and shake it off, and so forth. And there's nothing wrong with getting help if you find that you need extra help, and going out to get mental help is not a sign of weakness. It doesn't mean that you're weak. And these days, it's so many different forms of support and so many different forms of help. It doesn't have to be medications and different things like that. It doesn't have to be you and a therapist sitting on a couch. It could be like a support group, like we have our Fabwork Sisters group. It could be different programs. It could be, a phone call. It could be talking to one of your friends, one of those trustworthy friends that you can talk to, and you can just reach out and say, hey, Michelle, girl, let me tell you, today I had a rough day, and I need someone that I can speak to, that I can be a soundboard that I can just speak to and vent to. But make sure it's the right person. That's the right thing. That's the main thing right there, that you have the right person that you can go and vent to, that's gonna not feed into it negatively. Someone that also knows when it's time to say, okay, come on sis, let's pray, or come on sis, let's get some extra help, or maybe sis, you wrong, or sis, you right, or different things. That's the main thing with that. Okay. But I want to know, yes or no, in the comments, if you or your loved one needed help, would you know where to go? Yes or no? If you or your loved one needed some type of help, would you know where to go to get some type of mental help? If something were to break out within your household or with one of your friends right now, would you know where to go or where to call to get help? Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, Loretta, I got information for you. Okay. Good. All right, good. So those that know, great. Those that don't know, it's okay. I have some information for you, okay? Stay tuned. I have information on where you can be able to call and be able to get help, okay? If the need arises for you or someone that you love or know, okay? So back to tallying up those points that you tallied up, okay? So if you found that you were between 0 or 3, from Miss Joyce said, from 1992 to 2001, I went to Virginia Institute of Pastoral Care, had an excellent counselor during that time period. Yes, counseling is great. Counseling is a great way to be able to get, I like to say, a third-party, non-biased, viewpoint of different things we go through, to help us to process stuff, So if you had a 0 to 3, I would say you have a very good mental balance. Very, very good mental balance if you have a 0 to 3. If you have a 4 to 5, I would say that you have average mental balance, 4 to 5. And if you have 6 or above, it's a little bit less than average mental balance, and you may want to be able to seek some additional help to be able to get a little bit more help with getting some mental balance in order. And it's all fixable. It's all very much fixable, okay? And so if you didn't know, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I recently found out it was Mental Health Awareness Month. And I think it's just so awesome how God works things out, because I do have, you guys have been seeing me talk about my mental 7-day mental detox program, which I'm going to talk about in a few. But when I first was when I set the date for it, I did not even know that this month was Mental Health Awareness Month. I said, God, you go ahead and you work that things out. But I partnered up with Mental Health Action Day. With Mental Health Action Day, it's a partner with MTV and with Mental Health is Health. Over 450 different brands that you are familiar with: YouTube, Eventbrite, AARP, Office Depot, Pink, Black Girls Smile, Showtime, Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, like a lot. I partner up with them. And I'm also doing on May 20th, I'm also doing a workout in honor of Mental Health Take Action Day. All right. And so it's free on Moxie, and that's going to be at 9 a.m. on that Thursday, where we'll be working out, just bringing awareness to mental health awareness, letting people know that it's okay to reach out and get help, and that help looks different ways. And so you guys, make sure you register, make sure you spread the word as well, that we'll be working out together on that Thursday in honor of Mental Health Action Day. Okay. And so for those that's like, okay, I need information on that. Awesome, Miss Knick-Knack, awesome. Yes, he will line things up, Miss Carol. Yes, he will. So you can call for help, free, 1-800-273-TALK. I did say that this is a giveaway as well. It's 2 different giveaways, all right? 1-800-273-TALK. 24/7. If you find that you or a loved one are in need of some type of mental health counseling, someone to talk to, you can call that number. If you like, okay, I just rather text somebody, then you can text ACTION ACTION to 741-741. Okay, can somebody type that in a thing? Text ACTION to 741-741, or you can call 24/7 for either one of them, 1-800-273-TALK. And you can always get free help, someone to talk to 24/7 if you or a loved one find that you need someone to talk to right away. Okay, and so there is a giveaway, and I wish I would have did it at the beginning because I feel like now isn't really the time for it. What I'll do is I'll pull it later off of camera, and I'll announce the winner afterwards for that. That one was for the new name, which is Rise with Rissa. Okay, and so the other giveaway that I'm having is, you guys been seeing me talk about my 7-day mental detox program, which God put in my spirit back in February to do this program, and it so happens that it happens to align with the same month of mental health awareness, and so it starts May the 23rd. I want to give out one free pass. We have a sponsor. I hope that's still good. We have a sponsor that's sponsoring one spot. And if it's not still good, it's still good. We have a sponsor that's sponsoring one free spot for someone. And let me tell you, I guess this is the first time I'm going live with it. Let me tell you exactly what to expect from the 7-day detox. And so the 7-day detox, it's meeting. This is for that person that's like, I really want to work on my mental balance, because we're gonna meet daily. It's best if you can meet live. We're gonna meet daily every evening at night at 9:00 p.m. on Zoom. You'll have worksheets that you'll be working on. I have a manual put together that you'll be working on, and we'll be working on activities daily. Activities from unmasking buried emotions that we have, whether if it be from childhood, whether if it be from past relationships, whether if it be from dealing with our weight loss journey or whatever it is, but just unmasking buried emotions. You will not be put on the spot to where you have to share if you don't want to, but you can share if you want to. But everybody will have their handouts and so forth ahead of time for you to be able to do your workout, your assignments and so forth, to really work through these things and really be able to mentally detox. I'm glad that you love that. Thank you so much. We'll be creating a self-care plan. We'll be letting go of engagement thinking. You know, just thoughts of, I can't reach my goals, or thoughts of, this lifestyle that I'm living is the life that was dealt to me and this is what it is, or thoughts of, I will never be able to find my husband, or thoughts of, I wanted to write a book but I can't. Whatever engagement thoughts that you have, we'll be addressing those thoughts and we'll be releasing those thoughts. We'll be also learning different relaxation techniques. It's different stuff on each day. So it's very vital that you're able to show up and really learn from the stuff that's taking place. I do have a bachelor's degree in sociology. I was an in-home case manager for 8 years, and then I worked inside of a public school for 2 years, from substance abuse to domestic violence to stress management to living my own lifestyle and so forth. I am also a licensed life coach, and so y'all see me around here jumping around exercising, but I do have the credentials to be able to do this work as well as this is an assignment that was placed on me from the man above as well. And so I have been over the last 2 months researching different stuff and praying and fasting on this thing as well. We will have daily prayers as well, standing in the power of agreement as we're going through this thing as well. Also creating a strength plan / success plan that that's going to help you pass the 7 days for you to have so after you're done with the 7 days, you have something for you to use as a focal point to help you pass that. And then after that, you're also going to get 2 coaching one-on-one So most of this is done in a group, but then you're going to get 2 follow-up coaching one-on-one, for me to follow up with you one-on-one to make sure that you're still implementing the things that I feel like crying, Jesus, to make sure that you're still implementing the things that was learned inside of the course, making sure that you've been able to really have a really breakthrough and a mental detox. And so I like I said, I've really been taking my time for the last couple of months, putting stuff together, making sure that it's beneficial. It's beneficial. And so it's $199 for the program. There is 1 free spot that we're giving away today. How to be entered for the 1 free spot. Payment plans are acceptable. I am accepted payment plans to reserve your spot because it is limited spots. Originally, I wanted to keep it kind of small. One of my fab sisters who helped pray with me, she's like, Clarissa is going to be really big. And I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Because I am doing one-on-one coaching with everyone afterwards. And so it can't be too huge. And like I told you guys, I did partner up with MTV and so forth. So I don't know if it's going to be broadcasted big, coming here with you guys first. But I do want to do one-on-one coaching with you guys afterwards to be able to follow up to make sure the information sunk in and that you had success ongoing. Lost my train of thought. And so how to enter to be able to win. Okay. Email me at info@findingacceptablebalance.com. info@findingacceptablebalance.com, telling me a little bit about you and why you believe you should be selected to be entered. You don't have to give me the whole life history. You don't have to give me a real big old essay, but give me a little bit about you, and why you think you should be selected to be able to be the one to enter for free inside of this program. And again, like I said, you can $50 to reserve your spot. You can make payments for the $199. It's May 23rd, 7-day detox program. Also, let's say if you say, okay, I don't really need it, but you have a friend that you would like to enter and you would like to write about them, be careful who business you go tell. But if you would like to enter your friend, you can do that as well. Okay. And so that's a 7-day mental detox program. If you want information directly, you can also inbox me and I'll give you that information as well. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. Like I said, studies have shown that since COVID, 60%, so that's 1 out of 6, that's 6 out of 10 people. 6 out of 10 people are affected mentally by just different things. You know, a lot of us are on our weight loss journey and maybe some of us is affected by that, but everything isn't weight loss. And for the most part, the things that I'm diving into, we're not really focusing on just weight loss. We're focusing on stress and mental and sadness, anxiety, depression, fear in general. So no matter what your emotional, mental detox that you need to break away from, the information is usable. I will go over different foods that may contribute to being stressful and so forth on the very first day and give you a slight meal plan to use. But after that, we're not talking about fitness and we're not talking about what to eat anymore after that. We're focusing on mental depression and anxiety and fear, and that's what we're focusing on. Okay. All right. So love you all so much. Love you all so much. Hope you receive value from here. If you receive value from here, let me know. Drop value inside of the comments. If you have any questions, you can drop them here really, really quick. You can inbox me if you have any questions. If you want to enter again, that's info@findingacceptablebalance.com and enter. See y'all on Moxie on the 20th for mental make sure I say it right. Mental Health Action Day. Mental Health Action Day. Thank you so much, Miss Tanya. Mental Health Action Day. Just bringing awareness to this, letting us know that it's okay to take action when it comes to mental health, all right? And that action looks different for everybody. You know, all right. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Miss Loretta. Thank you so much, Miss Valerie. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Miss Carol. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sisters. Love you all so much. Love you all so much. Thank you for chatting with me on Rise with Rissa this Monday. Yes, 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 yes. Rise with Rissa. Love you so much. Talk to you guys later. See you later. All right. Bye-bye.